Hello, it is I, Blue Box Angel, and I'm here with my friend Crazy. You might have remembered him from a couple of other videos I did where it's basically just two morons doing something. Anyway, basically,
Yes.
we decided
It's two morons doing something. Nothing has changed.
Yeah, basically this is two morons read Creepypasta.
Alright.
And, we'll be starting with... Basically, what I'm doing is basically what Vince12 does. Just go to Creepypasta Wiki, click random pasta, and see what we get. And I pulled up the first story, and its title is "It's Always There."
Recent wiki activity: chocolate monster.
That sounds promising.
That does.
Anyway, okay. So basically, how this is gonna work, I'm gonna read him the pasta that's right in front of me, and he's gonna give his opinions of it as I go along. And oh goody, it's a first-person pasta. My favorite.
Your mic quality's cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, alright, that's better.
Okay. So, the first story is, "It's Always There." You are lying in your bed. You can barely keep your...
I am?
Yes, you are.
Alright.
You can barely keep your eyelids from slamming shut. You can...
That sounds painful.
Yeah, very painful. That's the thing about these first-person pastas. Like, they're always like, "You are doing this." Like, no, I'm not. I'm sitting here reading a creepypasta.
You do know I'm gonna make your life hell while you try to read this, right?
Okay. You look at the clock. It's about 2 a.m.
I don't wanna.
It's about 2 a.m.
No, it's not. It's 11:06.
You feel yourself drifting off.
Where am I drifting to?
You're drifting into the ocean.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Which
ocean?
The Atlantic. Since we're in Florida, it would most likely be the Atlantic. Anyway.
I'll try to shut up now.
You are startled out of the trance-like state by a quiet, soft creaking sound on your floorboards. But you live alone. So,
Ooh.
What could possibly have made that noise?
Billy?
Maybe. Oh wait, what could possibly have made that noise? You ask yourself, even though there's no quotations. Let's see.
Well,
you you locked the front door before you went to bed. Besides, if someone had broken in, you would have heard it, right? Well,
sure.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the point of breaking in is to be a bit stealthy about it. It's not like you're just gonna come in with a wooden spoon and a frying pan. I'm here!
I was just like, okay, I gotta be as stealthy as possible. He just slams a sledgehammer into his patio door. I don't think he heard it. Okay. There it is again, louder. This time you rip the bed sheet back and leap out of your bed. Ooh, we got a big shot over here. You slam.
Yeah, I mean that poor. Well, to be fair, that patio costed a lot. It cost a lot of money, man. And I had high pressurized wood put onto it, and he's just whacking it away with a sledgehammer. I can't have it.
I was talking about the patio door, not the actual patio.
Hey, same concept.
Okay, but still. You slam the door of your room so hard the door frame that you dent the wall.
Really?
I don't think...
Damn.
It's just like, well, BAM! Like, oh! Oh no! I'll have to fix that later. I'm just imagining, like, well, BAM! And then it comes back and hits him. You are left staring into the hallway. Nothing. It must have been your imagination.
Well, congratulations, buddy. You just cost yourself $300 of repairs. Way to go. Now get your ass back in bed.
Like, not to mention, like, how, like, did you really have to slam your door open? You could have just quietly, like, opened it and peeked around your hallway if you were that paranoid. No, whoa, bam, what's up? He's obviously been inspired by John Cena.
You can't beat me.
Okay, after doing a quick scan of the house, clear. You return.
Wait, were you doing a quick scan or were you?
Just like he has like his scanning light comes out of his eyes, like he's a robot.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke now. I can't think of it. Damn it.
Well, maybe you'll remember it later. Anyway.
It's gonna be too late then. Never mind. The opportunity's ruined anyways.
Okay. You return to the heavenly warmth of your bed.
Bullshit.
It's already ice cold by then.
Now, if you're living in Florida, it's not. It's probably melted by then.
but I just want to let you know the word "but" got its own paragraph.
What? Alright, well,
It's
know.
like, you return to the heavenly warmth of your bed. Enter. But. Enter.
Hey, there was a lot of meaning behind that.
Yes, the word "but."
Yeah.
Anyway, you can't get it out of your head. What made that noise? Did I dream it? Even though there's still no quotation marks. Well, my dear pasta junkie. Are you referring to me? Well,
No, he's referring to you.
I'm not a pasta junkie. Anyway, you certainly aren't dreaming. It follows you everywhere. In fact, at this very moment, it's right behind you. No, it's not. My wall's right behind me. More waiting. Now that I have gotten you to look around, look round. There's just an apostrophe and then round.
Oh, you know.
Because proofreading. Anyway.
What's this proofreading?
Now that I got you to look around, it knows you have acknowledged its existence. Either that, or you just look behind you to find nothing like normal.
Either that or you look behind you and...
Well, that's only a rare chance, anyway. He should have told you that you can only see it if it wishes it so. Now that you who know, it will leave you. Well, great. This is really believable. The only way to get this monster to go away is to be paranoid and look behind you.
So, that's it?
No, there's still more. But don't think this is a good thing. This being was there to protect you. It's a shame that you have left yourself unguarded. Now all of hell can rain down on you. But
or you could, find a religion. Buy a crucifix.
You could choose to believe in an afterlife.
You could choose to believe in the cocaine man selling now.
Anyway, but you must understand, I am so sorry. It forced me to. What forced you to?
Cookie? Oh, probably Billy.
Like this thing followed me, and then it didn't follow me, but it told me to write this story so it wouldn't follow you. Even though it's supposed to protect you, but apparently it's too lazy at its job that it doesn't want to protect you, so it just decided to make me write a story on Creepypasta Wiki.
I mean, no.
Okay, it would let me live. Don't try to run. It's already there. It's watching you read this. It's just waiting for you to go to sleep. And that's
I don't want to go to bed anymore.
Too spooky for me.
Too spooky for me. Okay, so it's my thoughts. Yeah. I guess it had an alright ending.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can easily disprove this by... Oh, look, there's nothing there.
But it only appears if it... what was the rule again?
Hold on, it only appears if it wishes you to see it. But if you look behind you, it will go away, because apparently it's afraid of people looking at it. Even
Wait,
though
so
it's
what am I supposed to be scared of? I forgot.
apparently all of hell can rain down on you. So basically, a Florida heat wave.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's still just like okay, so it's a thing that is in your house, but it's also behind you. But then when you turn around, it's not behind you, but it then leaves. But it was trying to protect you, but then it made you write the story so it wouldn't protect you, so that way the hell can. For such a short story, it's really confusing.
Yeah. Or you could find a religion.
Yeah.
Okay, so I changed to chocolate monster.
Oh boy. Let's see how this goes.
I remember the first time I encountered this creature. What is it? To this day, I still cannot answer that particular question despite all of my encounters with it. It just wants acceptance, but it keeps getting pushed away. We're not gonna put another, we're not gonna finish that afterthought. Never mind. It's like an internal thought, yet he only halfway italicized it, and there's only one quotation.
Yeah, like since it was right there, I also clicked on it, so I'm reading it with you.
Oh, alright. Yeah. It all started out at a Christmas party. My neighbor was hosting a small party with a few relatives, and he decided to invite the best neighbor in the world, me. Well, that's a bit egotistical.
yeah, I'm the best neighbor in the world. Meanwhile, his lawnmower's like hanging from his ceiling. I don't know how it got there, but it's there.
I was never one to pester him too much. I didn't ask much, and when I did, wait, what? Wait, come again. I didn't ask much, and when I did, I rewarded him.
Good for you.
Uh-huh. We were the best.
I didn't ask him to do much, but when I did, I gave him a reward.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the Dos Equis guy.
Yeah. I don't drink beer, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
No, you don't.
Oh, well. Alright.
Anyway.
We were the best of friends. However, I did not know him. We only occasionally made small... we
were the best of friends, but we didn't know each other that much.
We only occasionally made small talk when heading off to work. We rarely hung out, and we did it just... And when we did it, it was just small talk spread over a couple hours.
Wait, did he just repeat the same thing?
We only occasionally made small talk when heading off to work. We rarely hung out, and when we did, it was just small talk spread over a couple of hours. Not even a couple of hours, it's a couple of hours.
Yeah, just like...
Over a couple hours. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong.
Thanks for being redundant. Just like yeah,
Wait, there's more, hold on. We had no connections other than just being neighbors. So... he set up a statement, his topic sentence, and then he's been proving that topic sentence wrong throughout the entire paragraph.
Just like, we're best friends, but we barely know each other. Also, we like to talk, we occasionally do small talk. It's usually when we do work. And also, we rarely hunt out, and we only do small talk for a couple hours. Like,
and we have no connections, other than just being neighbors.
These are clearly the best friends that anyone can have.
You know who these people remind me of?
Who?
Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, pretty much.
I honestly do not know why I was invited to his party, but I was, and I showed up. His house was perfect. The dimensions were as proportional as you can get. Yeah, oh, okay. The house was even, almost too even. What?
That couch is way too much at the same level as that table.
It didn't quite stand out from the crowd. It just fit in.
Wait, so
it
was odd, but it fit in. It stood out, but it fit in.
Whoever the architect was did a real nice job. The house looked a bit small from the outside. However, the interior was very roomy.
Must resist TARDIS joke.
Is it bigger on the inside? No, it's not.
Shut up, it's just made to look like that.
The party was being held upstairs in the kitchen / living room area.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. The area was really nice. Okay, sure, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, thanks
This
for using descriptive language.
this man had a really good sense of interior design. The kitchen had a nice smooth granite floor that was freshly swept. He had a typical looking kitchen that was extremely well kept.
This is extremely relevant information, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, is he giving us a scary story or selling us a house?
Is this real estate porn? Just like, oh yeah, look at that smooth granite counter. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, look at that perfectly even couch. Mmm.
Jesus, Tiger. Billy likes to keep going.
Okay, so.
Where was I before you started jerking off?
He had a kitchen that was extremely well kept.
Yeah, you know, the kitchen had a nice smooth granite floor that was freshly swept. How would you know?
Like he scraped his finger across it.
This shit.
Yeah, that's freshly swept.
Sweeped. Sweeped? Is sweeped a word?
Well, swept is, but not. I don't think sweeped is.
He sweeped. No, sweeps. He made a.
Swept would be the proper word, I'd guess.
Swept would be the only. Sweeped.
Like, even then, like, unless you mean like he sweeped down, but no, that would be swoop. Like, it was
Like
freshly swooped across.
Like a scoop and doop?
A snoop and doop. Anyway.
Oh, snoop and doop. I'm sorry.
Can we get back to the story?
He had a typical looking kitchen that was extremely well kept. Is he like?
We get it. The kitchen was very nice.
It was as if he was trying to impress someone. What really stood out was the dining table. It was made of a solid oak wood with matching. It was made of a solid oak wood. Well, there's not that many oak woods, with matching chairs to go with it. The table was so solid that you could drop an anvil on it without any cracks.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Did you test this yourself? Well, I better bring my spare anvil I always carry with me. Oh, wow! It didn't crack!
But my back did.
Also, I don't know how I was able to carry an anvil this entire time, but I can do it.
Does anyone...
Also, I just want to say, yeah, this looks like he was trying to impress someone. Well, he definitely did. You, since you're going into so much detail into this kitchen. We've spent almost the most of this paragraph on describing this guy's house.
No, we spent the entire story describing...
No, it was also spent describing how good friends they were, but they barely talked.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
His living room was just as well kept as the kitchen. He had soft furniture, nice grayish blue plush carpet.
Plush carpet, so like if you stepped on it, it just made a squeaky noise?
And a massive flat-screen television to top it off. Of course, there was various Christmas decorations and ornaments skewed around the place to add the wintry vibe. Nobody says vibe anymore.
Yeah, like the Christmas feel, Christmas mood.
Christmas feeling. Is vibe's a legitimate word, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a feeling.
Vibe. Oh, Deadly Forest Gaming's calling. Well, I'm busy now.
Yeah, hold on.
We're reading an important...
We're reading Chocolate Monster. This takes some time.
Just as I finished marveling at his magnificent craftsmanship, the kitchen and living room aren't well kept on their own, you know. Just as I finished marveling at his magnificent craftsmanship, the kitchen and the living room aren't well kept on your own, you know. When he announced that that dinner was ready, I don't like that sentence structure.
Yeah, I had to read it a couple times to make sure you weren't messing up.
But I feel I don't know why, there should be a comma in there somewhere, and I don't know why.
Or maybe you should reword this.
He was a good cook. In fact, he was good at everything. Do you want to fuck this man?
He's going. Oh, I love his house. Oh, he's so.
Tiger, no. Tiger, stop it. Stop it or Billy will come.
It's like. I'm sure. Like, we went into real estate porn, now we're going to get into food porn, I guess.
Well, he had way too much time on his hands. Well, somebody else has way too much time on their hands. He is the exact opposite of me, a sloppy, untalented fool who can't change a light bulb with 50 clones of myself. That's not how you would state that.
Yeah, like
you're saying he's a sloppy.
That sounded at first like you were talking to him. Like, so are you the acceptable person that you want to make love to?
He's just looking in the mirror. That's why he's.
No, this is like, hey, this is my ultimate form. This is the man I wish I could be.
Anyways, he brought on that's a convenient start to that sentence. Anyways, he brought on the food and the night commenced. We laughed, talked really.
I like how he italicized real, but then ly is not italicized.
Talked really. That's not how you would
like really talked, but that's you should add a punctuation there somewhere.
Not just that small talk, an actual that fucking small talk. Shit, get out of here.
Get out of here! You don't belong in this beautiful kitchen.
An actual conversation. His family were did he spell that right? Exceptionally.
Who cares? We know what he's trying to say.
Do we?
Well, we know he's describing a kitchen, and this man, who's apparently the greatest human being alive.
Just like him.
Do we even know his name?
Nope. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, it appears. I felt as if I were talking to the clones of him. What the fuck?
Plot twist they are.
As the night went on, guest after guest exited with tears coming from the fact they won't see each other until the next major holiday. There's the internet.
Or funeral.
Or funeral. But, we have this thing called the internet. Or you could, maybe drive to their house, not see each...
Yeah, like, seriously, Skype is not that expensive. In fact, it's free, so...
I don't know, that's a bit rich for my blood.
Yeah, or, you could just talk on the phone.
That's a bit rich for my blood. As the population of 20 people reduced to about 6. What is there like 6.5? 6, is somebody pregnant?
No, like the population of people. So there was a colony living here, and then they had to migrate. Just this entire house.
They couldn't take the beautifulness of the man in his kitchen.
And his living room. But
the 6 could. The 6 were the strong one.
They were the survivors.
As the population of 20 people reduced to about 6, the night relaxed a bit. At this time, the alcohol was setting in.
So it's a time delayed alcohol.
I don't drink. I just had a glass of Coke. But then why was the?
At this time, alcohol was setting in, but it wasn't on me.
My neighbor took it the worst of anyone. He started rambling anecdotes about his life that Anecdote? Oh, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense now. I don't know why I read that phonetically. Well, still, even reading it phonetically, that'd be anecdote.
Move on.
Actually, if you want to go to proper English language, that would be anecdotes.
Who cares?
About his... God damn it. He started rambling anecdotes about his life that I was never there to experience. We played classical music of all sorts, and his sister...
While he's drunk.
No, he just had a glass of Coke.
No, just like... But... Like his neighbor took the worst of anyone, so that means he's completely hammered.
And his sister rambled on about a particular story of bees. What the is this
Bees?
story? What is this story about?
Bees? I don't know. It's about this perfect man who could barely get drunk, and now his sister's talking about bees.
Bees. All we talked about was those stingy but busy-bodied yellow and black and yellow. I'm sorry.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Shut up, Tiger. Busy-bodied black and yellow things.
Yeah, those things. Those things with wings, and they got 6 legs. Insects. Yeah, insects.
And they go vroom vroom.
No, those are cars.
Oh, they go. Are those?
I think you're confusing a Volkswagen Beetle with an actual beetle again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, are those the buzz?
Yes, sure. After her story concluded.
After his story concluded, my drunken neighbor talks about what sense is this in? Past tense or present?
Yeah, that's a common trope in Creepypasta, it seems.
Talks about an experience I had. I remember that time a few years back, right after that massive thunderstorm hit and killed all of them trees. All them trees.
all them dirty trees. They were doing nothing but sitting there and photosynthesizing.
He began referencing the horrible windstorm that struck the entire country back in 2009. Old owl next door's tree. Old owl next door's tree took a beating. All them dang libs dangling over the house could wreck something.
Just replace tree with person, and this gets a lot darker.
Old owl next door's person took a beating. All them dangling limbs dangling over the house could wreck something. He was drunk. Half of what he was saying wasn't making any sense, but he did not. Cannot compute.
Yeah, but it wasn't making any sense. That sounds about right now.
But we did not stop him. I climbed up with Al and took that big old saw in the garage and lopped the dead branches right off in one swipe. Oh, sure you did.
Yeah, we're back to calling him the pinnacle of human evolution again.
I was there when he did it, and it was impressive. But to our surprise, there was a bee's nest in there. Those bees were swarming us
during a windstorm.
That was when it struck me. I lost track of what he was saying as this strong feeling of anxiety swept over me. Images of the scene overtook my mind. Black and yellow everywhere.
He's having PTSD flashbacks.
These were much starker than they should have been. I started breathing heavy. I was in a full-out pit. What? Because of bees? As my mind became more and more polluted with irrational fear, I had no choice but to excuse myself and go home. This made no sense. We were just talking about bees. Why would that trigger something in me? In retrospect, I feel that I have figured the answer, but at that day I just left, my flannel shirt drenched in sweat. Days of life passed after that incident. There have been strange happenings occurring to me, but nothing unusual. I noticed as the days passed and as winter progressed more, that things became more eccentric. Several times I experienced that same feeling of that Christmas party incident. Eventually it got to the point where it was happening day after day.
I'm sorry, where does the chocolate monster come in?
I think we're getting there.
We spent several paragraphs describing the Messiah's house. Only to talk about, I started having PTSD over bees.
Oh, wait, hold on. He's about to say something about that. Where was I? It wasn't all about bees anymore. It could be anything. Specifically any negative experience caused this to happen to me. I tried my best to ignore these feelings. I tried to walk it off, talk it out, but it all made no sense. It felt as if my sanity was ticking away and there was nothing to be done.
Greg,
one particular day... I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I'm just getting flashbacks to Jeff the Killer.
Why?
Just like Jeff the Killer, and then he started bullying my brother, so I fought them, and then I got this itch in the back of my head. that caused me to develop a huge bloodlust.
One particular day, I was driving to work. Now, and I work at...
That was the full sentence.
Yeah, you didn't know? Oh, wait, that was the full sentence. Oh. It is a complete thought, to be fair.
Yeah, but still, just like... I don't know why that stuck out to me.
Now, I work in a small office on the outskirts of town. My office is placed smack dab in the middle of the suburbs. No other businesses. Well, there should be a comma there. However, they were abandoned or served little to no use to the residents. But then that sentence is false.
There were no other businesses, but there were businesses and they were abandoned.
Well, he should have put the parentheses after within a couple of miles. Then it would have made more. But he put the lime in the coconut
and drunk it all up.
No, he shook it all up. He put the lime in the coconut, then he shook it all up.
Back to the story.
Wait, that was more interesting than this entire story.
Yes! One thing that is swell about the location.
I know where I'm at. At 11 o'clock. One thing that is swell about the location is that despite all of the residential area, everyone seemed reclusive. But then how... I hardly ever see anyone drive around or even leave their houses. However, that may be because of my work schedule. I work more than most people. I go to work at 4 a.m. up until 11 o'clock at night most days. But...
that apostrophe's in the wrong place for that.
Okay.
Like it's THA apostrophe TS.
That's right.
That is not right.
4 a.m. to 7. Alright. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are you doing?
12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a 19-hour work shift. 7 days a week. I hope he knows that's not legal.
Did I also mention I was chained at my workstation and he hasn't seen my family in a couple of weeks?
Maybe that's why he's talking about the Messiah.
Yeah, like this is his fantasy of him returning home.
That's right. Well, he's becoming progressively more special as he goes along.
This would be a much better story if that was the case.
This is partially my fault as I can't control my impulsive spending habits.
Why is he losing money?
Maybe he's spending it. Shut up, Tiger. And the sheer amount I had to... Yeah, that's been half of this conversation. And the sheer amount I have to pay for my car and house every month. People call me crazy for working so many hours in just one day. Obviously, my manager does not give me these outrageous hours. Oh, okay. My actual hours are 10:30 a.m. to 4 in the afternoon. I just work overtime, partially because I need to make up my expenses, and partially because I just like to work.
So at least he explained why he had that kind of work shift.
You know. Anyways, one particular morning, I was on my way to work. I was a little late. It was about 5. Well, if you're working overtime, you can't. But if you're really still early, I promise. You're still 5 hours early. It was about 5.
It's like, well, I'm off to go home. 5 seconds later, well, I'm back at work.
Feels like something that would happen at the Krusty Krab.
Yeah. Like, it's like that one episode where basically SpongeBob worked at the Krusty Krab for 24 hours a day.
I know. It was about 5:30. The sun had just started to peek out from the horizon when I passed by some of the local businesses.
That weren't there.
No, you don't know that. He doesn't even know that. These were, for the most part, abandoned, but as they were vacant. And plus, well, are they a business if they're not there and vacant?
Also, you already established that these were abandoned and vacant. Do we really need to repeat ourselves?
Oh, he's gonna do a full repeat. And plus, even when they were occupied, they provide zero service to the local residents. Well, to be fair, that sentence structure makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and then I went to this my friend's Christmas party, but he wasn't really my friend. And then he also had an awesome kitchen that made me let myself a little inside.
He like just starts praying to this man.
Like his kitchen is the altar.
Dear Jebediah, maybe one day you will allow me to have a kitchen as great as yours.
And then like he just bows down to his oven.
Hail, hail. Oh, and Jebediah,
Yeah.
if you could give me a new oven, that
Oven.
would be nice. Oven, give me that new oven.
Okay, can we get back to the story?
It's such shit though. It's not scary. It's just this is about some sad man's life.
This is about 70% of this website, honestly.
I don't want to. It's so long.
Yeah, you want me to take over?
Can we make our own ending?
Hold on. Let me just see how much we have left. Quite a lot.
And he smoked some pot and lived happily ever after.
Come on, do we?
Okay, alright.
Hold on, I gotta find my place again.
I gotta. Where was I? Oh, yeah, it was about 5:30. Oh, good God.
Let's see.
You know it's a good story when the person wants to stop reading it, not because they're scared, because they're bored.
Okay, I think I found the paragraph.
When I passed by these buildings, there was one person I passed by. This is the first person I've seen in weeks. But something was unusual about him. He was just standing in the
Crevice.
crevice? It looked like crevice, but is that spelled? I don't know. I wanted to say crevice, but it didn't look. Crevice.
Crevasse.
Crevice. That's how they say it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's how you say it in English.
Yeah.
He was just standing in the crevice between two adjacent.
You're gonna do this for every complex adjective.
Next to a dimming lamppost. I can't mess that one up. The yellowish light reflecting off him gave him a very gross colored hue. This man would be there whenever I drove by. Now, the first day I had only seen him that morning. After that, I hadn't seen him for a few days. After a while,
Why are you taking so much note in a random passerby in an alleyway?
Because after a while, instead of appearing there sporadically, he was there every day.
Just pronounce them correctly.
About a month later, on January 22nd, he tried to flug me over.
Flag me.
Flug.
Seriously.
Flag. Fine.
Yeah. I'm just saying for people who... the 5 people who will watch this.
The one guy who cares. It's flag!
Shut up and read properly!
I had seen him waving at me in the Don't blame me, blame the shit story. You know, you'd think Chocolate Monster
would be an awesome name for a story, but it's really boring.
I had seen him waving at me, and maybe that's what we could call this video, the horror of the Chocolate Monster.
No, the horror of the Messiah's kitchen.
Oh no, Jeffrey, the chicken, the
chicken. Jeffrey the chicken. Jeffery the chicken monster. That's a lot better story than what this is.
Oh, I gotta write that now.
I would like to join in.
I was gonna originally say Jeffrey the... I guess if I would have finished that, it would have been Jeffrey the Chicken Messiah, so...
The chicken Messiah. He'll die for you, so you will never be fried by Colonel Sanders ever again.
He'll just be fried by his brother now.
General Sanders.
Okay.
I didn't know what he wanted.
See him waving at me in the manner that was summoning me.
So he was waving at you.
I didn't know what he wanted. He didn't appear to be lost or anything of that sort. So I passed him by. As I passed him, I see him run out into the street behind me, so I can only see him in the rearview mirror. He was wearing a long skinny coat and a nice hat. I couldn't see him too well as it was dark out before something seemed off about his appearance. I couldn't quite see his face. He stopped running after I was too far away and stood there well, if you couldn't see his face, how would you know he stood there expressionless?
I couldn't see his face, but I'm pretty sure with the way he's standing, he stood there expressionless.
Jeffrey the chicken told him.
The chicken Messiah. I started to feel guilty.
I started to feel guilty, as he probably seen me drive by every day and wanted to have a little conversation. The usual, how are you? And
what do you do for a living type thing. Oh, what do you do for a living? I live in a cardboard box.
I pray to Jeffrey, the chicken Messiah.
That's his entire occupation. Like his 19-hour shift job is just him typing praise the chicken Messiah into his computer.
Praise the chicken Messiah. One second.
You're typing that in.
No. How do you spell Messiah?
I don't know the word on hand.
Messiah.
Let's see. The next morning, January 23rd, thanks for establishing this, I didn't go to work. Wow, how shocking. But, dude, you didn't go to work? Do you realize how many times you could have typed Jeffery the Chicken Messiah?
It's not Jeremy, asshole. Jeremy's his brother.
Jeremy, the chicken false prophet.
Jeremy the Jeremy the anti-drum.
the anti-breast. Oh, great, what are you doing now? Jeffery the Chicken Messiah. You guys can't see him, but he's typing that repeatedly into the Skype chat.
Praise Jeffrey.
Okay. Anyway,
Praise Jeffrey.
Anyway, the next morning, January 23rd, I didn't go to work. There was... I'm just gonna ignore that. There was going to be... There was going to be a staff meeting that morning where the business would discuss upcoming events.
Really?
Instead of typing Jeffery the Chicken Messiah 237 times, it will now be up to about 347 times.
Praise Jeffrey.
I was to be there that day. However, I had to stay at home after stupid me forgot to park the car in the garage, causing it to freeze completely and kill the battery.
It froze completely.
Like he couldn't get the door open. It was that frozen.
I don't think your car is ever gonna work again. I hate to tell you.
It's just a block of ice with his car inside it.
Where are we? Oh, okay. I was to miss this meeting. And good thing I did. At about 10:30, the whole atmosphere changed. I am a morning person, so I was cheerful that day. I got a day all to myself where I could just relax. Sorry, that's genuinely how I pronounced it the first time. Relax and drink coffee. However, once 10:30 struck, I got a pain in my gut. I had not praised Jeremy yet. That shit.
I started having contractions.
I had not praised Jeffrey yet.
No, you see, he was the virgin poultry.
Who, Jeremy?
No, the author was supposed to be the virgin poultry that would birth Jeffrey. Not an actual pain like you would have if you were sick or punched or something along those lines, but a feeling similar to how
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do right now.
one feels at the peak of a roller coaster about to plummet down. That feeling. You know, that kind of feeling that, like you slip in a water on the floor and you're like, ah, my back. Well, better call workman's comp. You know, that feeling.
Where did we go?
I made that last part up.
I'm confused as to what happened.
Like, you got a pain in his stomach, and then he describes it as not a punch in the stomach or sick kind of pain, but more like going down a roller coaster kind of feeling.
Uh-huh.
Something bad has happened. I could
Hey,
sense it.
Tiger, do you want to see what I'm up to on Skype?
Not yet. I want to finish this paragraph first. Okay, something bad has happened. I could sense it. I turned on the news. Nothing on you. Yes, I have a built-in alarm system in my stomach telling me when something bad happens, so I can turn on the news.
You just hear slow, like the more danger there is, it speeds up. If there's a bugging in the 20-mile vicinity, it's cluck, cluck.
But then, like, if it's something like a meteor heading towards Earth, it's like.
And if it's Colonel Sanders, you explode.
So I turned on the news. Nothing unusual. Just your typical terrorist threats. Then out of the blue, an emergency broadcast pops up.
Wait, was that actually what it says?
No, I added the terrorist part. Anyway.
Oh, there was a roller coaster thing too. Okay, well, this man is strange.
Yeah. Then out of the blue, an emergency broadcast pops up. There had been a mass shooting at my office building. Good thing your chicken senses told you that. Someone broke through the massive windows.
Wait, hold on, my gobbler is tinkling.
He has a gizzard that's vibrating. Anyway. I
know somebody is gonna type in the comments, gobbles with turkeys, though.
Okay, anyway. He was still just like, hey, there was a mass shooting in my office building. Someone broke through the massive windows, executed everyone, and ran off with the money. Police were swarmed around the building. I was paralyzed for the rest of my life. No, just kidding. I was paralyzed.
What just happened? Suddenly the TV shut off by itself. Thank God, I couldn't take it anymore.
Thank Jeffrey.
Go does not approve of this message. Later on, I called the office. My manager luckily was in the bathroom at the time. Oh, at the time of the shootout. Okay.
Yeah.
It was the one to call the police. He told me that that business, as usual, should return after everything is cleared up. I went into work a few weeks after the incident. The incident was dubbed.
The Chocolate Milk Massacre!
Oh no!
The Chocolate Milk Massacre!
As when the first the incident was dubbed the Chocolate Milk Massacre, as when the first victim was shot upon slumping over, he knocked over his mug filled with none other than chocolate milk. Well, how
does that relate to the massacre?
Well, it spilled over the entire conference table.
It's like someone was murdered while eating their cereal. It's just like it's the Frosted Flakes killer.
It's like, I think it's a bit of a cynical name to give. This name sickened me. It felt juvenile and was almost a mockery to the victims.
Really? You don't say!
I kind of agree with him.
Like, really? Naming it after something that's completely unrelated to the massacre.
Well, just think about this. Man, 9/11 was a real tragedy. Yeah, it was nothing like the Chocolate Milk Massacre, though, man. I'm telling you.
That's just so stupid.
I read the engineering. Trumu could have withstood that blast. You okay, Tiger?
Come on, come on, come on. Breathe, breathe. Oxygen, oxygen.
Many Indians were put out of work as the explosion blasted the cowheads over to New Delhi. They were not able to drive past it.
Stop! 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 I literally couldn't breathe.
They were scared it was their Hindu god brought back from the dead. As it started bleeding brown blood across the pavement.
Don't laugh. It makes me laugh. Come on, stop.
But in the end, they were all happy, came together, surrounded the head, and all screamed in unison, "Praise Jeffery, the chicken messiah." Did he put his headphones off? But in the end, they were all happy, swarmed the cowheads, circled it, and in unison screamed, "Praise Jeffery, the chicken messiah."
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, I thought you were back already. Now I have to say it for a third time. But in the end, though, they were happy. They swarmed the cowhead and encircled it and screamed in unison, "Praise Jeffery, the chicken messiah."
I can't just... the whole true that is the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. I don't know why. Like, my sides are actually hurting. That has never happened to me. Anyway, okay, where were we again?
I think it was just a setup, honestly.
Just like...
I read the engineering. Trumu could have survived.
This was obviously... This is obviously an inside job. I suspect...
It was done by the Indians.
No, I suspect it was done by the laughing cow.
So wait, are they allowed to... Oh god.
Okay.
They just have a message down on the pavement written in spray paint. Moo moo asshole.
Praise Moo Moo.
Praise. Dr. Moo comes along. I approve of this message.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
Can we get back? Let's get back to the story after
The
5
name's-
minutes of laughing.
The name sickened me as it felt juvenile and was almost a mockery to the victims. Since I was home... Oh, ow, ow, ow. Ow. Since I arrived at the office as early as I usually do, I examined the room. The window was boarded up where the criminal had broken into. Oh, so it was his window. Alright, well. The police did a complete cleanup of the mess. However, there were milk stains in the carpet.
We couldn't hire a carpet cleaner.
It was this day when I encountered the beast itself, Commander Trumu, standing in glory, ready to avenge his dead brethren.
No, I'm just imagining, like...
Then on his shoulders stood Jeffery, the chicken messiah.
No, I'm just imagining, like, that guy that was chasing him down the road that he couldn't see his face. Like, we do a close-up and it's actually a cow head. He was an actual cow. And then he returns, and you just see this big humanoid cow with huge muscles.
I'm sorry.
And holding an AK-47.
It was this day where I encountered the beast himself. Apparently, that was the topic sentence, the conclusion, all mixed into one.
Mm-hmm.
After an
After
eternal.
a eternal feeling.
After a eternal feeling,
That's not good grammar.
Wait, what the after a eternal feeling day.
There should be an N after that A.
A feeling day I left work. What was he trying to say?
I think this is the day he met Sergeant Mumu.
Sergeant Mumu. Sergeant Mumu and Jeffrey the Chicken Messiah. They present themselves to him.
Okay.
It was 11:30 at night, like usual. My manager, surprisingly, was still there, and leaving at the same time I was. He was different. He normally was a pretty calm and collected individual, and he still was. However, he had this look of sadness, which would never leave him. But then, what? Never mind. But he talked a bit. Nothing special. Small talk at best. I was going to.
He really loves putting the word small talk in this story.
Well, I mean, he's working his way up to Sergeant Mumu, so he has to build up the anxiety. As I was going to leave right after him, I observed him quietly slipping into his car and driving away, carrying the burden of the whole massacre on his shoulders.
The chocolate milk massacre.
Yeah, don't forget. But do you think they have a commemoration now? There's like a golden cow where the True Moo factory used to be.
It's just like the gold. Like there's like a golden cow, and then like on the pedestal, there's like a list of names of the people who died in the chocolate milk massacre, and then it's his Moo Moo will never forget.
But they have to have security because occasionally some Jews from the desert will come out and try to worship it.
and now it's ever since that incident, the TSA always has to do pat downs on cows.
But I headed to my car when the idiocy that we've created is better than the entire story.
Yeah.
I headed to my car when I noticed something. In the parking lot, there were 3 light posts out. However, 2 had since long stopped working and were eventually removed, leaving just while they couldn't replace them. Removed, just leaving one singular dim light at the entrance lot. What was standing in the descending light was that man that I drove by every day. This time, I had a good look at him. He still had that hat and the coat. However, his appearance was absolutely horrifying.
It looks similar to chocolate milk.
He had his substance covered over him, which looked similar to chocolate milk. It was not milk, nor was it chocolate. However, it had the same. How do you know?
Did he taste it?
However, it had the same consistency.
It's like, whoa, are you made of chocolate milk? No, you're not.
Well, hopefully it wasn't diarrhea, or that was a really bad day for you then. This substance covered his entire body, and all of his clothing dripped into a tiny puddle at his feet. His face was completely obscured by the substance. You could see his facial feature. How far away is this man, and how can you see him so distinctly? You could still see his facial features, however, it was all covered in this substance.
So you could see them, but you couldn't.
He stood there looking at me. Instantly, I knew that he was responsible for everything. How did I know? I don't know. I just did. Somewhere in my brain, I connected
I couldn't tellingly write this information, so I just decided, I'll just have it.
I just did. Somewhere in my brain, I connected all the dots to him being responsible. To the panic attacks, to the shooting, to everything. I had questions for him, and I knew he had answers. Why did you do it? I asked in a tone of agony. It was pathetic and cheesy thing to say, but God damn it, Mouse. Cooperation is key. He said that too. I asked in the tone. It was pathetic and cheesy thing, it was a pathetic and cheesy thing to say, but it really needed to be said. Why did you do it? I repeated again desperately. He examined me over, unmoving, not speaking. The substance dripped more and more off of him. He did not speak, however, I could read his body language. I'm just imagining him his body is morphing into H's and O's and L's.
Okay, let's see. What is it? Okay, now what? Next letter. Next letter. Her W I L L K I L L U Y O U. What does that mean?
I love you. Wait, hold on. And he has to backspace. His body just deletes several times over.
No, it's just like the. It's just like a. It's just an arrow facing to the left, and he does that hit a couple times.
Oh god. However, I could read his body language. His mannerisms and just the stance he was holding gave me the impression that he meant no harm. As ridiculous as that sounds. Sorry, excuse me. He was nameless, dejected, and lonely. Is this man a psychiatrist? How does he know? But why did he come
Is he
to
the
me?
guy from Psych?
Why did he... Oh, no, maybe he's Sherlock. Why did he ruin my life? He didn't really ruin your life.
No, he ruined... Like, he killed a bunch of people at your work office, and you're putting this... Oh, this is such a burden on me! Forget those the families of my coworkers. This is all me!
See, the problem is he read the engineering. He knows it when the...
Move on! Move on!
His brother was in the head when it exploded. And it was in the tinier head, if you know what I mean. I gave him the name the Chocolate Monster.
Why? Because why not? We need it as a title.
Partially because of the substance dripping off him, but mostly because he was like chocolate. Chocolate is innocent. Kids eat chocolate. Kids are innocent. Caboose likes chocolate.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would say.
That's the connection I made there. Church wanted to accept it.
No,
it was.
Now I'm just imagining this entire story was the perspective of Caboose.
He just wanted acceptance. He was an outcast and appeared to me and ruined my life just to get his attention. I was to love him and accept him as my own.
Wait,
I love church. I love church. We would be the best of friends forever until I shot him with a tank.
We would be the best friends forever. His arms were open to me, and I would go to him, and he would be my passage to a perfect life. Do you want to make love to this chocolate being?
However, I did not. It was a trap. I knew what he wanted, and I was not going to give it to him. He was not innocent. He was bad. He was lying to me and would not bring me a false sense of security. He haunted me for so long, and Sheila told me he would do this. Could I just forgive him and move on? No, I couldn't. But I played along with it. And I thought of dead kittens.
And I hate babies.
I am Michael J. Caboose, and I hate babies.
Kittens with spikes.
I'll do it, I said wholeheartedly. He didn't say a word, but he spoke to me in his soul, and I listened.
He spoke to my soul, and I listened.
I thought he said spoke to me in the soul. You know. I went to him, and he opened his arms to embrace me, bring me with him, to join forces and become one.
To make sweet chocolatey love.
To make Caboose Ultra. He ran towards me, and I ran towards him. However, he accidentally ran straight into my knife.
Wait, what? When did you have a knife?
I could see his expression under the coat of the substance. My left hand was brandishing the cleanest, sharpest knife you have ever seen. My neighbor, the freaking Jeffrey, the chicken messiah, gave it to him.
No, I see. He still has that evil AI in him.
O'Malley is mean to me. I will eat his heart and shit out his soul. What else would you expect coming from him? Anything less than perfect? Certainly not. I thrust the knife deeper into the chocolate monster. He looked at me in curiosity. His face had just the expression of, what the bloop.
So this is...
Caboose can't say that word.
No, it was still like, hey, what the hell? Like, that's our reaction to this entire story.
What the hell, man? Why? We gotta do that meeting. I smiled at him and took my right hand and delivered a powerful blow to his jaw. He blew into pieces as massive amounts of energy exploded out to him. I guess that's what happens when you praise Jeffrey the Chicken Messiah 2,000
It
times a day.
it overloads chocolate people with energy.
Pieces of him flew everywhere, emitting a darkness darker than the sky. I braced myself as the powerful winds blew on me, sending my tie uselessly flapping behind me. The monster was dead, and the nightmare was over, just like that. That's all it took. It
Wow,
wasn't the knife.
what an anticlimactic climax.
It wasn't the knife nor the punch that killed him, but how strongly I Okay, sure, buddy. Try to get philosophical. Those two blows were the instruments of my hatred for this being that ruined my life, but he didn't. To this day, I still call him the chocolate monster, but not as I originally intended it to be. At first, it was suit his illusion of being innocent. Now that name is to ridicule him. He has haunted my life for so long, he deserves nothing better than to be ridiculed and made fun of.
Hold on, all this guy did was just... You don't even know if this guy actually did this or not. You just see a chocolate man in your parking lot.
And you stab him and punch him in the face.
It's like, hello there, young man. I'm here to make your day, your day fun and spootily-rific. And I'm here like, imagine if this was like a children's mascot that was promoting like a cell phone or something.
Oh god.
Like,
I don't think he'd be dripping in chocolate though.
you know what? This would have been better. Hi there, I'm Cool Kid.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
And I'm here to bring you a chocolate man. No, not this chocolate man. This chocolate man.
We don't know each. Okay, it was the beginning of March at this point when the sun rose earlier. The snow melted and the grass grew green. I was out on my neighbor's deck, telling him my tale. I know, he said. How? I asked. We don't know each other very much, but I could see him following you. He appeared at your house when you were sleeping and always stayed nearby.
And you didn't tell him this.
That is why I give you the hunting knife, so you could protect yourself. I was absolutely amazed. He
Wow,
knew
so
more.
it was Jeffery who gave him the hunting knife.
Hey, he knew more about me than myself. He truly
died
was.
for my sins.
He died for every drumstick I've eaten. But not the wings, not the buffalo wings. I'm going to hell for those. He truly was the perfect neighbor. I owed him a lot, but that day we drank and laughed in peace. The monster was gone, my nightmare was over, and no longer would my life be haunted by that beast. Forever. Forever.
Forever.
Is that like your version of the end?
Like, seriously, so, hold on. So, what happened was...
Hold on, wait, there's reviews.
2 comments. They're... Hold
By
on.
the same person. Woo, this took a while. I will write a detailed analysis of the story later as I did last...
Wait, is this the author?
I think so.
Hold on, I need to scroll up just to see.
Feel free to make my grammatical and spelling corrections if deemed necessary.
Well, there's a couple of them.
The white text on the background kills my eyes, so I can't pick out mistakes as easily as I usually do.
Well, then switch it to... then just... Oh, never mind.
Here is the analysis to better understand the story. Read it all to better understand the story. Here is the analysis.
Wait, hold on. Wait, so he had to write a story to explain his story.
I'm not reading the analysis.
That is sad.
Well, analysis of Chocolate Monster.
Again, so hold on. So from what I can remember, you went to this guy's house, you splooched all over his kitchen, then you who had this dark feeling, and then suddenly you went to work for like 19 hours a day, and then suddenly your workplace had a mass shooting, and they named it after chocolate milk, and then you see a chocolate man in the parking lot or whatever, and then you just decide to stab him because he was chocolate, and then you decide And then you tell your neighbor this, he's like, I always knew.
I always knew.
I always looked in deep inside yourself. And I always knew you would be the chosen one. But I thought you were the Messiah. Well, you're the Messiah.
You're the Messiah.
Together.
Or maybe that's Jeremy.
Yeah, and together we shall open our own fast food chain called Chocolate Dumps. Chocolate Dumps. Now opening.
No, Chunklet Dumps, like you said.
Chocolate Dumps.
Oh god.
I always viewed you as my favorite disciple.
Oh god.
And so that's why I always let you carry a hunting knife so you would stab chocolate people. Like, this is stupid.
No.
This is stupid. And the fact that this video is 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Well,
Where did the time go?
how much are you gonna put into the video?
Again, like, technically I'm just gonna cut those stupid bits and put them all at the end for, like, a blooper reel.
Just leave our skit about freaking Jeff. Like, how are you gonna, like, because we fused it in so deeply, so how are you gonna cut all of it out?
I'll figure out a way. I'll have to do some things.
You'll have to cut out the entire video.
I'll never upload this.
No, the internet needs this.
The internet needs to know of the chocolate monster. Just like,
So are we gonna do an outro or no?
well, I guess that's it. This is Blue Box Angel. This is Crazy.
Hello. I'm sorry.
We're sorry that you had to hear this. And
God help you. Praise Jeffrey, the Chicken Messiah.
May Jeffery have mercy on your bucket.
Amen.
Cluck cluck.
Good night.
Anyway, bye. Yeah, but hold on. I just want to point out something you missed. Like, I was in a full-on panic attack, but everyone was too drunk to notice. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I ignored it. Well, it didn't really stick out that much to me.
Well, no. For a minute, I thought it was like I was too drunk to notice, so I thought that was just weird. But then I read it actually, and then I realized, oh wait, never mind.
I was in a full-out panic attack, but I was too drunk to notice.
But you said you were only having a coke. I was too drunk to notice I was having an anxiety attack. Boop.
Are
you checking to see if that's taken already? Jeffery, the Chicken Messiah, original character, do not steal.
Hey, my original character. Messiah is said to describe Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm taking that as the correct spelling then.
Okay.
You'll see what I'm doing in a second.
You're writing Jeremy the Chicken Messiah.
No, it's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Should I just keep reading while you do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Boop. Tiger, are you ready for the special bonus round? He's gonna write one word. Well, he's gonna write 2 words, but you only get the first 2 letters. Are you ready?
Got it.
Okay. What letter is he making? He makes the F.
W.
Okay, no, wrong again. You got 2 more shots. What letter is he making?
It's just an I. This is obviously a R.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're wrong again. Well, we don't have enough time or money for the 3rd shot, so you get this little pin that says I was on insert show name
Who
here.
wants to be a muumuer?
Who wants to be a mumu? Want to be a mumu so freaking bad.
I like to buy a mumu.
I'm gonna pop some caps. Only got 20 mumus in my pocket.
The sad thing is,
I'm hunting. Sure, I'm hunting. Looking for some true moo. This is freaking awesome.
Boop. Also, I just want to add, during that time where I couldn't breathe, my mom walked in. She saw me laughing, and she just closed the door.
Well then. So did she just look at you and then was like, nope?
Like, she just looked at me. I think she shook her head a little bit, and then she closed the door again. Okay, anyway. Boop. The sad thing is, a lot of this stuff I'm probably gonna edit out.
Oh, you have to, because most of this is bullshit. You have to leave in your panic attack, though.
That was the day I almost suffocated.
Like, could you legit not breathe?
I couldn't breathe. I could only hyperventilate. This was the story of how Blue Box Angel almost died on Christmas.
You also that you took the drink and I just
I'm probably just gonna include a blooper reel, including all of this stuff at the end.
Oh god. How much better would it have been if we... Shame our internet's not good enough for face cam, or we could... I just want to see your reaction to you dying.
You would have seen me flopping over in my chair, mostly.
That would have been great. I probably would have started dying, too. Okay. Hold on, let's finish this thing.
Yeah, this thing. It's not a story.
Oh, I'm sorry about you not winning Moo Air, though.
Oh. Anyway, the substance tripped.